Hey guys, this is your friendly tech amigo, and we're here to talk about Powerbeats Pros. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Anyway, here I'm going to talk about these Powerbeats Pros. Very good headphones. I'm going to tell you the pros and the cons, which the pros do overcome the cons, but there are some cons, just in case you're thinking about buying them, because they are still on the market. They do have now the AirPods Pros, which have the noise cancellation. These don't have noise cancellation, but they're great also. Talk to you about this, and let's get into it. So first and foremost, let's talk about when you open the box, you see this big case. That's my nose. My nose is pretty big too. It is pretty big. It is bulky. It is big. And if you wear skinny jeans, you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like it. I don't wear skinny jeans, so it's fine. But I usually keep them in my backpack. You might want to keep them in a backpack or a fanny pack. It is a pretty big case. It does have a magnet, so it does close pretty good. Action, but you can get great things out of this big case. For example, the headphones themselves got 9 hours of battery life. Plus the case, I'm guessing it's about 15 hours to complete the 24-hour battery life that they say that these can hold up. I haven't tried it yet, but I should try it to see if it does come out with the 24 hours. And it also does have the quick charge. That I did try. I actually put these on and I waited until they died completely. Then I put it in the case without it being connected to the charger. And I set the timer for 5 minutes. I checked them back. I had like 46%. 46%, which is really good. It's about 4 hours, give or take a few minutes, based on what the spec says about the 9-hour battery life about what the headphones themselves do have. So it is pretty good. Another thing that I really like about the case is that it protects them. I have an 18-month-old baby boy, and he's grabbed this numerous amount of times from my nightstand, and he's dropped it, he's kicked it, but it holds its weight. The good thing about it's a big case is that it holds its weight. Now let's talk about the design. I like this little arc that goes right over your ear. I like it because I usually put these on. I'm doing other things. I'm not just sitting down on a laptop or in a desk or whatnot. I'm actually doing things. I might be washing dishes. I might be walking my dog. And I really do like how it stays in your ear. And even if you're chewing gum, which I do a lot, chew gum or eating something, it doesn't bother you because it doesn't tend to get out of your ear, which is really great. Another thing I really like about these is the buttons. It actually still has buttons because Apple is really leaning on no more buttons. It has the volume button, the volume up, volume down button, and then it has the B. In the B, it has the button that actually does the forward, backward, play and stop, answer and hang up calls, which is really great. I really do like that about these in particular. It's got the sensor, so it detects when your headphones are in your ear, which is great because you just pop them in and then boom, it automatically syncs to your mobile device or your laptop or whatever you're using. It syncs in great. Also, the earbuds, they do have different sizes in the box, so depending on how big and how small your ear is, you can definitely have different earbuds. You can actually pick something out from the box to make it pretty much adjustable to your size. It comes with a total of 4, which is great for anybody that likes to have in-ear and it stays in the ear, whether you're moving around or walking your dog or doing exercise. These are, I think, for like exercise use because they are sweat proof. So I personally bought them because I thought I was gonna do a lot of exercise, but I don't. I should, but I don't. Even my wife said, she said, you're gonna buy them and you're gonna do 1 week of exercise. Little does she know I did about 3 weeks when I was in quarantine, but I still didn't go 100%. I mean, she's about 99% right when it comes to those kind of things. I do buy a lot of things and I don't end up using it. So she's pretty much right about that. The only thing I didn't like about these, the bass. These are Beats by Dre. And for them not to have bass, I was pretty disappointed. I was expecting a bigger thump, bigger bass power. When I actually bought them and I put them on for the first time, I was rocking out and I was like, yeah, they're good, I like them, blah, blah. Then I tried my wife's AirPods too, and they had more bass. So I was kind of disappointed as far as that goes. As far as anything else goes, the sound is spectacular. You get to listen to great music, HD. If you have Apple TV, they kind of are into the Apple ecosystem. It works great. You can connect it to your Apple TV 4K and watch your movies there. Like I said, I have an 18-month-old, so whenever I watch a movie and he's sleeping, I gotta put some headphones on because I don't want to wake him up. The only other bad thing about him is that inside the earbuds kind of got like a little part that you kind of get annoyed when it's inside the ear. Like I said, I use these when I'm in bed a lot too, so I'm moving around, kind of bother me to a certain point where I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to bed, or I just grab my wife's AirPods. So that's some of the issues that I've had with these. Not really big issues, because like I said, they are more for active people that are going out and running and, you know, doing all that kind of healthy stuff, which I should be doing. But yeah. Now let's get down to the last thing, but probably the first thing I should have started out with is the price. So I bought these in Japan when I went to go meet my wife's family. I got them for about 4,000 pesos, which is about $200. They are $250 right now in the US. They're kind of pricey. Are they worth it? It depends on what you're going to use them for. If you're going to use them a lot like me, yeah, they're worth it. I'm going to tell you that. If you're going to watch TV, if you're going to watch Netflix, if you're going to listen to music, anything you're going to do, they're great. Plus, they don't fall out as easily, so you're not going to lose them. $250, I think it's a little up there, but I think they're worth it. Here in Mexico, they are a little expensive, pero they are good headphones. I do recommend these headphones. Especially if you're into sports and running around doing all kinds of that stuff. An internal mic, which is great because the audio quality is awesome. When I talk to people on the phone, or when I'm on Skype or when I'm on Zoom doing all those meetings and stuff, I have not had an issue with them. So they're really good headphones, long lasting battery life headphones, fast charge. The only thing also about the charge is that it doesn't have wireless charging. I can live with that. I mean, I'm not really big on the wireless charging. I don't like it because you gotta leave it there, and then if you want to pick it up, it stops charging. So it's not really wireless charging, it's more like placement charging. Well, anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you guys liked the video, hit like, please hit subscribe. I am your friendly tech amigo. See you guys in the next one. Gracias. Hasta luego.